When my wife was young, her family lived with her grandparents. One night, her grandfather was murdered in his bedroom upstairs. After that, the room was mostly used for storage for over 20 years. My in laws tried selling the house, but in a small town, everyone knew. No one wanted it, so they stayed. Years later, while my wife and I were engaged, there was a murder trial. I sat through it to support her family. That's when I saw the crime scene photos, images I can never unsee. A few more years passed. We had two kids, and our oldest was 6 at the time. My wife's family never spoke about the murder, and our kids had no idea what had happened in that house. One year, my father in law decided it was time to reclaim the room. He wanted to turn it into a playroom for the grandkids, complete with sleeping bags and a TV. He even planned for all the kids to sleep there during a family gathering. My wife and I weren't comfortable with it, but we stayed silent. Some wounds never close. We were the first to arrive. Our son, curious as ever, wandered upstairs. Hours passed, and I realized he hadn't moved from the room. At his age, he was always bouncing around, so I went to check on him. He was sitting in front of the TV, unnaturally still, his back rigid. "Hey, buddy, everything okay up here?" I asked. "Yeah," he said, his voice flat. I hesitated. "Okay, have fun." "Daddy," he said suddenly, still staring at the screen, "do I have to sleep in here?" Something about the way he asked made my stomach tighten. "Why not? I'm not alone." A cold shiver ran through me. "Well, yeah, I'm here with you." "No," he said, his voice low. "There's someone else in here." I felt my pulse quicken. "Who?" "A grown-up." "What are they doing right now?" "They're watching you." My breath hitched. "You've never said anything like this before, and you've been here a lot." "They don't leave this room," he said, "and I've never been in here before." A heavy silence filled the space. "Where are they now?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Without looking away from the TV, he slowly raised his hand and pointed to the far corner of the room, the exact spot where his great-grandfather had been murdered. "They're standing right there," he said. "They don't move much." I grabbed his hand. "Okay, buddy. You don't have to stay in here." He stood up and walked out with me. I reached for the light switch, but something stopped me. A feeling, a presence. The air in the room was heavy, pressing down on me like unseen hands. My skin prickled. I turned my head just slightly toward the corner. I don't know what I expected to see, but I knew something was watching me. I flicked off the light and shut the door, and I never stepped into that room again.